Hi, my name is Dr. Taylor Krupp, and I am an associate veterinarian here at Central Providence Veterinary Hospital. My assistant Bailey and I are going to be talking about eye care and dogs today.
Dr. Krupp, what are some signs that my dog might have an eye disease?
If your pet is suffering with any type of eye condition, the most common things that you'll see is that there's a little bit of redness where the white parts of the eye normally are. There's any type of discharge, whether it's clear or almost like a mucoid, mucusy type color. They can be squinting an eye, rubbing at an eye. Any of those signs suggest that they need to be checked out.
What causes eye infections and diseases in dogs?
That really depends on the underlying cause. So one of the most common things we see is like an eye trauma. So if something hits them in the eye or they scratch their eye, allergies can cause inflammation with the eye. Different metabolic diseases like diabetes mellitus can cause cataracts to be induced. There are some eye conditions that are just genetic too. So there's a lot of different causes.
What are the most common eye care issues you address in the clinic?
I'd say the most common that I see are corneal abrasions, so where your pet scratches the surface of their eye, and that's something we treat with a eye ointment, some pain medications, and most importantly a cone so that they can't cause further damage to their eye. We often can see like dry eye in our dogs and uveitis, which is like an inflammation of part of the eye. Those are all fairly common things we see. And then there's also like typical normal eye changing or lenticular sclerosis in our dogs, and cataracts that we see fairly often too.
What eye problems in dogs are considered emergencies and need immediate medical attention?
If there's any sudden change in your dog's condition of its eye, I would have it seen sooner rather than later. A lot of these conditions can look very similar to start, so it's hard to tell from home, but things with eyes can get worse quickly if they're not addressed. And I would say it's even more important if there's a foreign body that gets into the eye, or if the eye seems to be bulging at all. That makes it kind of a higher priority, but anytime there is a change of the eye, I'd get it seen.
Are certain dog breeds at a higher risk for eye issues?
Yes, there are some dogs that are a little bit more prone to certain eye diseases, such as glaucoma and dry eye. It can be breed specific to a certain degree.
How do veterinarians treat a dog eye injury?
I think it depends on what happens to the eye. So if there's a foreign body and it just needs to be flushed out and have a little protection for a few days, versus if it's a more significant eye injury that the eye maybe even need to be removed, it can really just depend on the severity of the injury.
Will my dog need to see a specialist for an eye injury?
They may. Again, it's one of those things that it really just depends on what's going on and also how your pet responds to initial treatment.
Is there anything I can use to protect my dog's eyes?
If your dog is having an issue with the eye, one of the first things that we'll do is have you put like a cone on them, or that hard plastic cone, to help prevent them from scratching it and making things worse. And that is all the questions we had for eye care and our dogs. If you have any questions or concerns, go ahead and let us know.